This T-28 Trojan from Parkzone actually hadn't been flown since the last time we had our control line combat with Jeff and I. And the deal is, I had taken this T-28 and put tiny bright lights in it years ago and wired this all in and then gave this to Jeff as a Christmas present. Well, after the fire, he gave it back to me, so I had something to fly. And what I'm going to do now is, because I tried to fly it a couple of weeks ago at the Donovan's fly-in, I found that it wouldn't even get off the ground. So I'm going to change the motor, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I ordered myself a new motor, which I'm figuring that's what it is. This is the complete motor and gearbox assembly. So what you have to do is you have to open up the fuselage. So there we are. This is our motor assembly, which is glued in there. So we're going to have to take this and get that out. And the only real way to do that is to cut around it and break it out of there. So what I'm going to do is get down in here and cut around this glue. And don't cut your hand. Get this here. I'm going to unscrew this prop too. Like that. And getting close here. And there you go. That motor assembly is out. This is glued over here. Pull that off, and note that the plug plugs in right here, and you want to make sure the white wire is on the top if you're looking at it this way. As you can see, I got all these lights in here. The wires, engine lights. This thing has nose wheel steering too. It's quite a unit. So I'm going to unplug this now, and there's your assembly out. And plug the new one in.
Note the motor plug has two male pins. You got to plug them into the far right side of the 3-pin female receptacle, making sure the white wire is in the center hole.
Okay, I'll just stick that up in there right now. Make sure this is in the right position. You can see the lights that we put in. Engine lights. Make sure everything's working. Elevator, aileron, rudder, and nose wheel steering. And we're going to check the motor here. Making a lot of noise. I'm going to squirt some silicone on there. You want to run your motor to break it in a little bit, because it's just a brushless motor. What I'm going to do is just put a little drop of, well, a whole lot of drop of silicone on there, and we're going to run this for a while. It's turning the right way. Get that broken in. Okay, now it's good, so I'll unplug the battery. And I'm going to clean this off with alcohol now so that the glue will stick. rubbing alcohol. The absolute best glue that I've ever found for foam is this foam tack stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop on here. And we're going to stick that right back in to the original holes where it was. Making sure that nothing is interfering here. Just take it in and take it out a few times to get everything set up. Make sure it's lined up straight. And I'm going to put, now that I got it lined up straight, I'm going to put a little drop right here just to make sure. Don't get any of this stuff on the gear. You'll have a heck of a time getting it off. All looks good. And now we just simply close it back up. Take a couple pieces of clear tape. Put on your fuselage. Yes. Make sure it's all lined up now as you look at it. Okay, the best way I've found to put these propellers on is to just make yourself a little piece of wire like that. And tape this so it doesn't come out while you're working. Now, you can screw this propeller on without it turning. Okay, take that out. It's not on all the way, that's okay, because it will turn the right direction. So make sure that everything is lined up straight so that the propeller isn't hitting anything. Prop it straight down the center line. Nothing's hitting anything. And let that dry, and we're good to go. Okay, I put the battery in. It's all dry. Let's test it out. Make sure elevator is working. Ailerons are working. Rudder, nose wheel steering's working. Try the throttle. Good. Wonderful. Really windy. wind. It's got plenty of power now with that motor.
Well, I've concluded that the new motor made a tremendous difference in this very high wind test. So thanks a lot for watching, folks, and happy flying from the NightFlyyer.